Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy Yvng Primo. You're now tuned in to HipHopSince1987.com.
Shout my HipHopSince1987 niggas. HipHopSince1987.com.
What's good? It's your boy Rick Dange, here with a friend to the site, Yvng Primo. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, what's the deal?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. How you been?
I'm chilling, man. Can't complain.
All right. I feel like the last time I saw you was at the HipHopSince1987 festival, right?
Yep, it was lit there too.
Yeah, you tore it down that night.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
We appreciate having you, man. You're definitely a name that's always in the mix on the Philadelphia music scene. But for the people that may not know you, let them know your name, how you came up with it, and where you're from.
I originally I was rapping under the name Cousin Lil throughout like my whole career, but I just recently changed it to Yvng Primo just to, just like reinvent myself, you know what I mean? Keep the creative energy fresh, you know what I mean?
Okay. Now, for the people that don't know, like, how'd you actually come up with Yvng Primo?
Primo just means cousin in Spanish. Okay. So like I said before, I was rapping under Cousin Lil, and then like when I was in high school, I told my Spanish teacher, they called me Cousin Lil, and she started calling me Primo Lil. So I'm just like, I'm gonna fuck with it, you know what I mean?
Okay. Now, where you from?
I'm from the Frankfurt section of Philly, 19124.
Okay.
1912 money sign.
Now, you mentioned Frankfurt. Definitely a tough part of the city.
Facts.
For the people that don't know about Frankfurt, tell them what it was like coming up in Frankfurt.
I mean, it was like growing up in any other hood in Philly. We all dealing with the same police, the same killings, the same, drugs and, shit like that.
Okay. Now, how'd you actually get into music?
Just my family, like, the household that I grew up in, like, my house was the house that you could drive past and you could tell that's our house because we always blasting music, you know what I mean? And then, Friday night we blasting music, and then Sunday morning we blasting, oldies and slow jams and shit like that.
Okay. Now, your type of music that you make, how would you describe it? Like, what lane are you in? How would you describe your style? I would describe my style as just like, it's like reality rap. Like, I feel like I got my own style, so I can't really like compare it to anything, but for the most part, just to like sum it all up, it's like reality rap. Like, I like to use my music as like a healing process for myself, and then others that's also going through the same thing that I'm going through. Just to let them know, like, yo, there's somebody out here that's going through the same shit you going through. You gonna get through it. You feel me? Yeah, I feel you on that. So now, you had some legal issues in the past, but you're back and you're making moves. Tell us about where you've been.
Just I had, a light little sit down. I just had to do like some house arrest. That was like part of my, my little sentence or whatever. And I just got off of that maybe about like a month and a half ago. And I'm just back trying to build the process back up slowly but surely. Okay.
Now, what's been your biggest hurdle so far you've been doing the music?
Just probably consistency. Like, we all, I go through real shit, you know what I mean, just like anybody else. So it's like, I've been going through, like you just said, the legal issues. Like, I had a lot of my friends been killed and stuff like that. So it's just just trying to stay consistent and focused on the music. Stop really, like, I let a lot of things outside of music affect what's going on. So that's, I'm just trying to double back and make sure I, get over those humps.
All right, now you're gearing up to drop a new mixtape called Post Traumatic.
Right.
Why'd you name the project Post Traumatic?
I just felt like all the music that I was making at the time referred to the things that left me traumatized that's coming up. So like, during my whole sentencing process, like, before I, when I was going to court, they actually made me talk to a psychiatrist, you know what I mean? And at first I diagnosed myself with it because, like, just like on a whole nother story, like I was at the scene when one of my homies got killed. So, it left me fucked up a little bit. So when I brought that up into my my sentencing process, the psychiatrist diagnosed me with it. And then, I was like, damn, that, that's a perfect little, title to name the project. And like I said, it was revolve. All the music that I was making was just revolving the shit that I was going through and the shit that I've been through. And you know, once I started looking up and looking into it even more, I'm like, yo, we all go through this shit, like, you know what I mean? And it started getting deeper and deeper, and it went into like a little snowball effect. You feel me? Like, and I just started noticing like we've been going through this shit all our lives. So you know, to get on, like, I felt as though it was a good name for that because, like I said, everything that I was talking about revolved around that, and then it'll just help touch up on mental health, period, because, like, you know, that's something in our communities that we don't really, we brush that shit under the rug, and, you know, some people, like, you know, you really need help for this, like, you know what I mean?
Okay. What's the next record you plan on dropping off the project?
It's called Can't Do It, and, you know, it's like, you know, it's a nice little club, little banger. I got it floating in a couple of the little DJs. Shout out to DJs that be holding my shit down in them little clubs and stuff. So, you know, that's I plan on dropping that probably like Friday maybe.
Okay. Now, when do you actually plan on dropping the project?
I don't really want to put no date on it because I feel as though, like, you plan for certain shit, it might not, you know what I mean, get there. So, like, the project is done. Okay. You know what I mean? It's just this go around, I'm like really concerned just about the business. You know, how to roll it out the right way. Okay. And you know, just trying to capitalize off my moves. Like, I'm real strategic, and you know, I do everything by myself, so it's like all my moves got to be calculated. I can't just be out here moving around without, you know what I mean, thinking things out.
So what about features and production? I got a
feature with my homie. He from Frankfurt. His name Rick Dange. Okay. Like, that's my guy. So he the only feature that I got on there. And I got other tracks with artists, but this project is just like, you know what I mean? It's like, I ain't gonna say like it's a Frankfurt thing, but you know, I'm just trying to shed light on my hood too, you feel me? Okay. But production wise, as a youngin', his name Shane on the beat, he got like 90% of the project. Like, this nigga dope. He from out of New York, so you know, me and him, we just been clicking and brainstorming. I feel as though like he got my flow, and he, you know, it's like when I'm looking at beats and stuff like that, I look to see what the beat is saying to me, and you know, the type of emotions that it pull out of me. And you know, every beat that, you know, he played for me and that I heard from him, they all pull a special kind of feeling or emotion out of me. So he got like 90% of the EP.
Okay, let's move on to performances. Now, earlier we were talking about how you performed at the HipHopSince1987 festival.
Right.
For the people that want to come out and see you perform, do you have any other shows coming up?
I think it's something with, I don't really want to put too much out there because it ain't yet. So right now, you know, they could just follow me on my social media. It's at Yvng Primo. That's Yvng Primo. And you know, I'm gonna keep them updated with that. But it's definitely a lot of shows that I got coming up. Like I said, I don't really want to throw them out there right now because it's, like I said, it ain't yet. But you know, it's for sure. We definitely gonna fuck the summer up.
Now, your social media you just threw out there, that's for your Twitter and your Instagram?
Yeah, everything. SoundCloud, Facebook, all that shit.
Okay. Now, one of the questions I usually ask artists the first time they get an interview with me that are from Philly is, how do you feel about the climate of the music industry in Philadelphia right now?
I love it. Like, I feel like there's a light, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they really starting to, you know, pay attention and letting them know that, you know, it's them dudes out there. First of all, they talented, and then second of all, they serious about the business. Because I feel as though, like, years ago, that's where a lot of, you know, artists from Philly, we kind of messed up on, like, you know, was the business side of things. You know, I feel like there's a lot of people that's supposed to be in higher positions than where they at. You know, like, I still hold the Beanie Siegels, the State Properties, I still hold them to the utmost respect. You feel me? Like, and I feel as though, you know, they good, they doing them, but I feel as though the industry need to respect them a little bit more.
Okay. Now, you're going to preview a track for us in a second, but is there anything else you want to leave with us before we get out of here?
Listen, man, Post Traumatic on the way. This is the first official copy. We're going to give it to Rick, you know what I mean? Just, you know, he let us be on the site and all that, you know what I mean? So we're going to let him hold this one down. But, you know, like I said, Post Traumatic on the way. You can follow me at Yvng Primo, Yvng Primo, you know what I mean? We're going to get this shit cracking.
All right, well, it's your boy Rick Dange signing out with Yvng Primo for HipHopSince1987.com.
Yo, you know what it is, your boy Yvng Primo. About to give y'all a little sneak peek of what's going on the project, the shit that I'm talking over here. This one, Stay Solid. It's coming up on a post-traumatic project. It's produced by Zane on the beat, and you know this it's a good joint.
See, young nigga, no matter how tough that shit get, gotta stay 10 toes down, nigga. Gotta stay solid. Making you some money. Everybody switch sides on me, I stay solid. Hating niggas told lies on me, I stay solid. Every time that I took a loss, I stay solid. Got it right back just like a boss, cause I stay solid. Everybody switch sides on me, I stay solid. Hating niggas told lies on me, I stay solid. Every time that I took a loss, I stay solid. Got it right back just like a boss, cause I stay solid. Yeah, I played the night scene. It was enticing serving these crack fiends. We wanted nice things. Life is so trifling that we on flat screens. Don't send me a pipe dream. Traumatized by the things that I seen. I cried and my eyes red. All my friends dead. Someone give me some Visine. I think she like me. Pull up and swoop in the flat like some ice cream. Better not try me. Run up, get done up the Glock with the red beam. Rappers can't stand me, cause they all know the flow stronger than creatine. I do this shit for the family. In the hood, a rolling a trap nigga Grammy. I'm fucking the good, the pussy is mine. I'm hitting the raw, hit a plan B. If you not the gang, if you not my dog, then please keep your breath from around me. I'm switching the gears, you hear that exhaust. The hundreds, the color is Xannies. The trapping was jumping, so cracking abundance. Man, we had the watch for the strike team. Pay the stack for the nice jeans. I be so fly, it look like a flight scene. Remember times I was fucked up, sneakers scuffed up. I was down to my last bean, I was bagging my last neck on my last flip. Told myself this the last time. Chasing the dollar signs, never go broke again. Told myself this the last time.
Criminals in this town used to believe in guys. Respect. Look at you. What do you believe in? Huh? What do you believe in? I believe kill you, somebody stranger.
Everybody switch sides on me, I stay solid. Hating niggas told lies on me, I stay solid. Every time that I took a loss, I stay solid. Got it right back just like a boss, cause I stay solid. Everybody switch sides on me, I stay solid. Hating niggas told lies on me, I stay solid. Every time that I took a loss, I stay solid. Got it right back just like a boss, cause I stay solid. Where was these niggas at? Nobody got robbed, we went to go get it back. Want the war with some niggas who really kill. You want the war with them niggas that really rap. And you be with the niggas that's really rap. Pressure's on, I ain't gon' never crack. On them papers, if I violate, then you know the system gon' send me back. Ride through the hood with a hood rat. She on the team cause I asked that. She keep on asking for $40. She keep on sending me cash apps. Dick her down, then I call her Uber. Get me brain, yeah, that good medulla. Be with all the trappers and the shooters. If they sleeping on me, then I'm Freddy Cougar. Remember Cotty Brown bought her first Ruger. Clip hanging out, looking like a ruler. Die for the dream like a Martin Luther. If you sneak this, nigga, I'ma do ya. They telling lies, man, they telling lies. Man, they telling all of these lies about me. The real on the rise, the real on the rise. It's me and my guys and we super solid. Everybody switch sides on me, I stay solid. Hating niggas told lies on me, I stay solid. Every time that I took a loss, I stay solid. Got it right back just like a boss, cause I stay solid.
Yeah, you know, shit like that, man. Post-traumatic on the way. You tuned in with Hip Hop since 1987, man. Let's get it.
Shout my Hip Hop since 1987, niggas. HipHopSince1987.com.
A lot of people that are watching this are gonna remember seeing you on tour with Lil Uzi, 21 Savage, YFN Lucci, Cap J.
Parental advisory shit.
Right. What was that experience like, and what did you learn from touring with artists of that?
That shit was life changing, bro. That shit took me from an artist to a motherfucking robot. You feel me? Like real shit, bro. Seeing that shit, like being on stage. Mind you, Kodak Black got booked. He was supposed to be on the tour. I ended up taking his spot for real.
That's crazy.
That was crazy. I was only supposed to do 4 cities. I did LA, me and my men billions. I went to Miami. When I got to Miami, I did the second show. The people that run the shit was like, yo, on some shit, whatever cities you can make it to after this, you can rock out that shit heavy.
Right.
And I did like 11 cities.
That's crazy.
But that shit was crazy, bro. It made me want to work. Like, that's why I'm working so hard now.
Right.
Seeing that shit, like being there, them niggas all took off after that shit.
Right.
Feel me? I wasn't even signed and I was on that tour, so that was a blessing.